On Valentine's Day 2022, a Utah man ate a sandwich his wife made him. Within minutes, he broke out in hives. He grabbed his son's EpiPen, took some Benadryl and recovered. He told a friend afterward that he thought his wife was trying to poison him. 2 weeks later, he was dead. His wife, Kouri Richins, called 911. She said she found him unresponsive in their bed. She told dispatchers he was too heavy to move, so she pulled him onto the floor with the sheet beneath him to perform CPR. The autopsy found fentanyl in his system at 5 times the lethal dose. A year later, Kouri Richins self-published a children's book about grieving a father. The book is called Are You With Me? It features a father with angel wings, watching over his young son from above. She is now on trial for his murder. And today is day 4. Kouri Richins is a 34-year-old mother of 3 boys from Kamas, Utah. Her husband, Eric Richins, was a 39-year-old successful businessman. By 2022, their marriage was in serious trouble, and according to prosecutors, so were their finances. Kouri was allegedly carrying more than $4.5 million in personal debt. She had secretly opened multiple life insurance policies on Eric without his knowledge, with benefits totaling nearly $2 million. And she believed, prosecutors say incorrectly, that she stood to inherit his estate worth more than $4 million. On March 4th, 2022, Eric Richins died. He was 39 years old. His 3 sons lost their father. And Kouri Richins, according to the prosecution, got exactly what she'd planned for. Or so she thought. She has pleaded not guilty to aggravated murder, attempted aggravated murder, insurance fraud, and forgery. The trial is now in its 4th day. Let's start with what prosecutors call the first attempt. Valentine's Day 2022. Kouri made Eric a sandwich. He ate some of it. Almost immediately, he broke out in hives. He reached for his young son's EpiPen, took antihistamines, and the reaction subsided. Eric Richins didn't stay quiet about what he suspected. He told at least one friend that he believed his wife had tried to poison him. He was right. According to prosecutors, Kouri had laced that sandwich with fentanyl. It wasn't enough to kill him, but it was a trial run. 2 weeks later, she tried again. On the evening of March 3rd, 2022, Kouri and Eric had what friends described as a relatively calm night at home, a quiet celebration of sorts. At some point that evening, Eric was given a drink. Prosecutors allege it was laced with fentanyl. In the early hours of March the 4th, Kouri called 911. She said she'd gone to check on Eric and found him unresponsive in their bed. She told dispatchers she tried to move him to perform CPR, but that he was too heavy. She pulled him off the bed onto the floor, using the sheet beneath him. First responders arrived and confirmed Eric Richins was dead. The sheet, with blood on it, remains in evidence. The medical examiner who testified on day 2 of the trial confirmed the cause of death: fentanyl intoxication. The level of fentanyl found in Eric's blood was approximately 5 times the lethal dose. That is not an accidental overdose. That is not a recreational amount. At 5 times the lethal dose, this was, according to prosecutors, administered with the intent to kill. Here's where the case against Kouri becomes very specific. Investigators allege she had constructed a financial trap, except it was a trap for her husband. She had secretly opened multiple life insurance policies on Eric Richins without his knowledge. The total benefit? Approximately $2 million. Eric never consented to these policies. He likely never knew they existed. On top of that, Kouri was allegedly carrying more than $4.5 million in personal debt. She believed, prosecutors say this belief was factually wrong, that Eric's estate, worth more than $4 million, would pass to her upon his death. She was wrong about the estate, but she was not wrong about the life insurance. Those policies would have paid out, and they appear to have been the plan. Additional charges against her include insurance fraud and forgery, which suggests investigators believe she fabricated documents as part of this scheme. This is the detail that made this case go nationally viral when Kouri Richins was first arrested in 2023. In March 2023, exactly 1 year after Eric's death, Kouri self-published a children's book. The title, Are You With Me? The book was written, she said, for her 3 boys. It is about a child who loses their father and learns to feel his presence even after death. The cover features a father, depicted with angel wings, watching over his young son from above. Kouri Richins gave interviews about the book. She spoke about grief. She spoke about wanting her boys to know their father was still with them. She was arrested 2 months later. The grief book she wrote, about the father she's accused of murdering, became one of the most chilling pieces of context in a true crime case in years. Whether it reflects genuine guilt, calculated image management, or something else entirely is something the jury will have to weigh. The trial began on February 23, 2026. Day 1 was opening statements. Prosecutors told the jury this was a calculated murder for financial gain. Defense attorneys told the jury that the evidence does not prove murder, that Eric's death could have been accidental or self-administered. Day 2. The medical examiner testified. First responders took the stand. The jury heard about the 911 call, the scene inside the Richins' home, and the autopsy results, including the 5 times lethal fentanyl level. Prosecutors focused on the source of that fentanyl and how it could have gotten into Eric's body. Day 3, yesterday, was cut short unexpectedly. Crime scene technician Chelsea Gibson had just started cross-examination when the judge was forced to call an early recess due to a scheduling conflict. Gibson's testimony is expected to resume first thing this morning. The defense cross-examination of Gibson is expected to focus on inconsistencies in evidence documentation, including questions about a wallet that appears in some crime scene photos but not others, and a hydrocodone bottle found in the bedroom that was never tested for fentanyl. Kouri Richins has pleaded not guilty, and her defense team has been clear. The prosecution's evidence does not definitively prove she administered the fentanyl. They are expected to argue the fentanyl could have been self-administered by Eric. The documentation of the crime scene has inconsistencies that raise doubt. The life insurance policies and financial situation, while suspicious, do not constitute proof of murder. The defense faces a steep climb. A 5 times lethal fentanyl dose, an alleged Valentine's Day attempt 2 weeks prior, secret life insurance policies, and financial motive together form a significant circumstantial case. But the prosecution still needs to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Kouri administered the drug. No one saw her do it. The Kouri Richins case has everything that makes a true crime story stick. There's a victim, Eric Richins, who saw it coming and told someone and died anyway. There are 3 young boys who lost their father. There's a Valentine's Day poisoning attempt with a sandwich. There's a secret stack of life insurance policies. There's a grief book with angel wings. And there is a trial happening right now that is being live-streamed on Court TV, covered by every major network and followed by millions of people who are watching the evidence unfold in real time. The trial is expected to last up to 5 weeks. This is just the beginning. We'll be covering this trial as it develops. If you want updates on Kouri Richins, Day 4 is today, Day 5 is tomorrow. Subscribe and hit the bell. We'll post as major developments break. Drop your questions and theories in the comments. This case has layers: the finances, the book, the Valentine's Day sandwich, and I want to know what detail you think is most damning. If this is your first video with us, we cover forensic science and true crime every week. Subscribing is free, and the next video is always worth it. See you in the next one.